Did you hear about Marilyn Manson? Yeah, he's been accused of some really horrific things. Look, I know you like his music, but listen, he's been accused of some really, really bad things, okay? So I don't think you should listen to him anymore. Yeah? Especially at your age. Well, look, he's been accused of doing some really horrific things, okay, to women, his exes and stuff, and I don't think you should listen to him anymore. What do you mean it's only accusations? We should wait till we have evidence first. Kids these days. Hi everyone, so today is a mixture of a story time and opinion piece. For those who don't know, Brian Warner, aka Marilyn Manson, has been accused by, I think originally it was his ex-wife Evan Rachel Wood. Excuse me while I look at the article while I talk here, make sure I get everything right. Yeah, his ex Evan Rachel Wood accused him of abuse and other allegations. She has been joined by other women who have claimed he also has done a multitude of things against them. The keyword here being accused at this point. The latest, or the most recent person to join in with the accusations is Esme Bianco, I think I'm saying that right, who was a actress on Game of Thrones. I don't fully know which character she played. I think she played the prostitute that Joffrey was abusing. Well, that's got anything to do with it. But basically, she claims that in 2009, Manson flew her to Los Angeles to film a music video for the song "I Want to Kill You" like they do in the movies. Quite a good song, actually. And she was expected to stay in a hotel and obviously be there for the shooting of the video. And instead, she was made to stay at his home, and there was no crew, just him filming with a phone, which obviously is a red flag for anyone. Apparently, she also said that he deprived her of food and sleep and locked her in the bedroom. He whipped her, gave her electric shocks, tried to force her to have sex with another woman, and threatened to enter her room and rape her during the night. This video isn't going to do well with the algorithm now. The suit claims that no video was ever released, and as far as I know, there was no other video for that song. I should probably look that up, but I don't believe there was a video for that song anyway. Again, not that really does much for this story. However, it says that they began a long-distance relationship later that year. Okay, I'm getting confused here. So she came back. I understand why she came back. I don't understand that part. But apparently, she came back to be in this feature film. Phantasmagoria, which again, that thing never really happened as far as I know. And again, she says that he would chase her around with a knife, an axe. He was cutting her with a Nazi knife, apparently, without consent. And he photographed the cuts and posted the pictures online, also without consent. So long story short, he's been accused of a lot of horrific things, and if he has done these things, it's horrific. But my problem here is, right now, at this point, as far as I know, maybe there's been updates since I'm posting this video, it is still accused. He's been accused of this, and I'm not sure if he's outrightly denied this, but he did outrightly deny it in February when he wrote on Instagram about the other women that were accusing him of things. He actually did say, and I'll read you the statement: "These recent claims about me are horrible distortions of reality. My intimate relationships have always been entirely consensual with like-minded partners. Regardless of how and why, others are now choosing to misrepresent the past. That is the truth." But on to the matter at hand today. So, I'm not going to say names or show people's faces, obviously, but I should say a friend of someone I know posted on Facebook this. I'll show you what it is for them. So they posted, all I will say is that this person is female. That's all I will say to that. So anyone that defends him because of his art, go to hell. I separated the art from the artist, just shut up. And she posted the article, Game of Thrones, Esme Bianco suing Marilyn Manson for alleged rape and sex trafficking. Now, the problem I had with her posting this was that, again, at the minute it's just accused. Okay? There's no actual evidence that he has done the things he's being accused of yet. At this point, it's not. I'm not saying he's not guilty. We don't have any evidence yet. And also the part of anyone defends him because of his art, go to hell. What he does, music is art. There's no need for this. And I'm really, really supportive of the idea that you can separate art from artists. I have done so in the past. I don't think anyone should be looked down on for still enjoying the works of someone who may have done, or has done and been proven of doing really horrible things. So yeah, I saw this and I replied, and I thought my reply was actually, quite calm, quite what's the word I'm looking for here? I thought my reply was quite respectful. Anyway, here's my reply. I won't cover my name up because I don't care. Keyword here is alleged. Until proven that he's guilty, we shouldn't judge. But even if he is found guilty, I will still enjoy his music. So that was my point. That was two of my points there. You might think, well, she said go to hell if you are saying you're going to listen to him, so maybe I shouldn't reply. But I thought, no, I'm going to say this because it's a public place. I'm going to say my opinion. What I didn't expect though was one of the most childish replies I've received for anything ever. Here's the reply. Good for you, Ryan. Here's a cookie and a medal. There is actually a cookie medal. And then I added a trophy to make you feel extra special. Yeah. Real, yeah. And once I read that, I knew I was going to reply again. Wow, I wasn't defending him, just pointing out that at this point it is alleged. I don't see why you have a problem with people being able to separate art from the artist. From music to films and games, there are creators who have done a lot of messed up stuff. Doesn't mean I can't enjoy their work still. And which is true. I mean, to try and think of things off the top of my head, for games, it's easy. The amount of abuse that has come out in recent years that has happened at big companies, I still enjoy the games made from those companies. I'm not. That one is kind of easier because I suppose there's so many people that go into creating a game, so many people work on a game, so that if you can't judge it on one person's thing, it's usually the higher ups. Let's be honest here. Films, I think it was the director or the original creator of Jeepers Creepers. He was actually, I believe, condemned or convicted for some sort of child porn, or maybe even actual, rape. I'm not sure exactly the details, but I know it was something horrific, and I think he did get arrested, but his sentence was so small. That was a travesty. How little he actually got done for it. Again, I still watch the films. What can I say? And for music, other musicians have done things. I can't think on the top of my. Oh wait. I don't listen to them religiously, but as a teenager, I used to really like Lost Prophets. If you don't know what I'm referring to there, look it up. It's quite horrific. The frontman of that band, what he was doing or getting the parents of children to do for him. I won't go into it here, but it is pretty bad. But I can still listen to the songs to this day and enjoy them, some of them at least. Yeah, so that was my point here. And my first bit, wow, that was me saying like, wow, what a freaking reply. Just say that was so charged. Yeah. Anyway, she replies again. I have a problem with rapist. Women are never believed, rape is never proven, and you definitely were defending him. You felt a soft spot and got defensive. I simply don't give a fuck about alleged. 99% of the time when men rape, they get off, it's never proven. If I don't like something, I roll my eyes and keep scrolling, unless I can't help it. You should do the same next time. First off, women are never believed. I wasn't saying don't believe the woman, only believe the man. I was saying get some evidence first, because otherwise you could accuse anyone of anything and it wouldn't matter, would it? If we believed anyone who was claimed to be the victim of anything straight off, that would not work. That would just be such a terrible way of doing things. That was my point here. I wasn't defending him because he was being accused. I was just saying, have a balanced opinion of, you know, stay on the fence until you have some evidence one way or the other. Granted, yes, there have been many times and many cases where men in positions of power, being celebrities or whatever, have abused that power to abuse other people, women, men, whatever. But I wasn't defending him because I have a soft spot and got defensive. Yes, I've been a Marilyn Manson fan for quite a lot of my life, since I was a young teenager, but I'm not going to defend someone that has without doubt done something horrific. I'm not going to do that. As for her thing about 99% of the time men rape and get off it, I'm not sure that statistic is true 99% of the time. I mean, I think you've just literally grabbed the statistic out of nowhere. Yeah, it doesn't really mean much in this conversation. And the last bit, if I don't like something, I roll my eyes and keep scrolling unless I can't help it. You should do the same next time. I wasn't trying to start an argument with you. I was literally just giving you my opinion, my side of the thing, my point of view. Which, if you're putting it on Facebook, isn't that what you want? You want people's point of view? Especially when you're so against something that I think is quite common, that people can separate art from artists. I don't see why I shouldn't have replied to you. Anyway, I reply again. That's the way the law works, though. To be convicted of a crime, it has to be proven enough that you did deserve punishment. Otherwise, anyone can be convicted of something they haven't done. Like I said already. Yes, it's wrong that rapists get away with their crimes. Of course it is. They didn't even come into it or code into it, because it's typed that. With this case, however, it is literally only hearsay at this point, as there is no evidence. If this goes to court and he's convicted, do you think I'll pretend it didn't happen? And I believe this person, I'm not going to say her name, does think that. Of course not, I will still enjoy his music, and I will. If he is convicted of these horrific things, I will not defend him. I will say he is, at that point, a rapist. He has been a convicted rapist. However, I will not stop enjoying his music, like I haven't done for Lost Prophets or any of the other things I already mentioned. And as for your last point, no, you share this on social media with anyone with access to your feed to comment. If you don't like hearing people different opinions, then don't share yours. Before we carry on, I just want to go back to her last comment. Yeah, this last bit where she said, if I don't like something, I roll my eyes and keep scrolling unless I can't help it. You should do the same. Well, I couldn't help it. You were saying that you were making out this person, Marilyn Manson and Brian Warner, was a convicted rapist already, and he wasn't. It's accused, and there's no evidence yet. Hasn't even gone to court, as far as I know yet. And then you should keep roll your eyes and keep scrolling. You should do the same next time. So you're telling me you don't want my opinion. You posted it on a public thing, but don't want opinions. Because you said, keep scrolling unless I can't help it. I couldn't help it. You were basically saying this person was guilty. Anyone who didn't read the article and just took what you posted as fact, which, let's face it, a lot of people freaking do, would think, oh, he's convicted, he's a rapist. He's not. He's an accused rapist and possibly rapist, but he's not actually convicted yet. There's no evidence yet. So, you know. But remember that last bit, because it's gonna get weird what she says next. Remember, my reply was that, you know, I was giving you my opinion. And if you don't like my opinion, why did you share yours on a public place? Anyway, let's get on to her next reply. Now this is weird. I know how the law works, Ryan. I'm a black person who's very aware of how fucked up the system is. I mean, yeah, black people are definitely, you know, get much worse treatment. Especially where you're from. It is bad over here, but I think it's much worse where you're from. But that has nothing to do with the current topic what we're talking about. So I'm not sure why you brought that up. You just had to tell me that, you know, you have more, you have better opinions, I think, or you have a knowledge better than mine, I think is what you were trying to say there. Anyway, but something you're not understanding is that rape is always hearsay. No, it's not. And supposedly no evidence coming out with a story about being assaulted ruins one's life. They're not lying. Trust me, there are millions of his fans that'll back you up and are calling the women names. Don't worry. Anyway, before we get on to her last bit of this from this comment, I just want to get to this. So, something I'm not understanding, okay? Something I can't understand, and I believe what she's saying here is because I'm a man. I can't understand because I'm a man. Rape is always hearsay and supposedly no evidence coming out of a story about being assaulted ruins one's life. Your wording is confusing here. Either you're saying, because you said hearsay, and supposedly no evidence. Evidence is really important, by the way, if you're accusing someone of something. So, coming out with a story being assaulted, about being assaulted ruins one's life. Are you saying that the person who is saying they were assaulted, it ruins their life? Because I agree with that one. Yeah, if you are definitely, you've been the victim of it and you're not believed, then yeah, it would ruin your life. And I would encourage anyone who has suffered at the hands of anyone, even if you do not have evidence, to definitely come forward and say it. You are going to receive backlash from people saying you have no evidence, so you know we need more, but you should still come forward. I'm not saying don't come forward, I'm just saying people are going to need some sort of evidence to believe you fully. They really are. Or are you saying that men will fight back, say you've got no evidence and now you've ruined my life? Because let's not forget here, there's at least one case I know of a woman who was cheating on her husband. When she was caught, she claimed that her other partner raped her. She didn't admit to the cheating, she claimed she was raped, and she did ruin that guy's life. I'll even bring up the article here. Okay, I couldn't find the exact article I was thinking of. I'm pretty sure it was an American article I read before about a woman who was having an affair with I think it was a college student. So he was legal age, I believe. But when she was at risk of getting found out by her husband, she accused this younger guy of rape to sort of get away with it. Didn't work out in the end. She was found out to be lying. I couldn't find that exact article. I'm not making it up, I swear. However, I found many others, including ones from my country, the UK. They'll be in the description below, where women have used the whole rape allegation as a way of either scaring men to give them what they want, or a way of getting away with things that they've done themselves. So yes, all those that I have found will be in the description box below. Anyway, moving on from that, let's get to her last bits actually no, hang on. This bit really did annoy me. Trust me, there are millions of his fans that will back you up and are calling the women names, don't worry. I was not calling the woman names. I'm not calling her a liar. I am saying we need more evidence first before we judge someone as guilty. That's all I was saying. I'm not going to deny as well that there are the hardcore fans that are going to call her names and sort of run her down online, but those people shouldn't be listened to. Much like people like you who just share articles and make them seem to be fact, or your opinion to be fact, when really that's not the case. Anyway, moving on to this last bit, the confusing part. And I meant you commenting on my post. I'm saying don't get surprised by my response when you comment something like what you said. Of course I know the consequences of sharing on social media, that's why I'm always prepared. I'm saying if you weren't wanting to hear it from me, don't comment next time. I like you, dude, but that comment was bait. What? So, hang on, let's go back. The first point was you saying, being the last point, anyway, if I don't like something, I roll my eyes and keep scrolling unless I can't help it. You should do the same, okay? So I couldn't help it. I thought what you were saying was complete crap, so I gave you my opinion back, and I thought I was being generally quite respectful with the first one until you gave me a child's answer. Anyway, so to that I responded, no, you shared this on social media, where anyone with access to your feed to comment. If you don't like hearing people with different opinions than yours, don't share it. That was what I was saying to that. But now you're saying that me commenting on your post meant I should have expected you to respond back. I did expect you to respond back. I wasn't saying don't give me your opposite opinion. I was giving you my opposite opinion. This last bit you put here makes no freaking sense at all. And the saying it was bait. Yeah, I know you were asking people to. It was obvious you were asking people to respond that were having opposite opinions, because I thought you wanted some sort of dialogue between two people with different opinions. I thought that's the kind of thing you'd be up for, but apparently not. Especially, of course, when the opinions are so different to yours. Anyway, let's move on. Also, this annoyed me. Jen added, "You might want to reread my last comment because I added to it while you were typing." Yes, she went back to one of her previous responses and added something to the middle. So, this goes before the bit where she put, "I don't like someone I roll my eyes and keep scrolling." It's a new paragraph in there. I don't know why she did that. Kind of weird to do it when you're having a conversation back and forth with someone. Oh well. Okay, so this is what she added. "And I have a problem with people using that excuse because it excuses their behaviour." This is the art from artist thing. "Separating the art from the artist allows them to keep doing their dirt." Not really, because once that accusation is out there, believe me, a lot of people are going to remember them for that one thing. Michael Jackson's a huge example there. He was only known, well, he wasn't only known, but you couldn't bring him up after the accusations without people saying, you know, what he was accused of doing. I don't believe in cancel culture. No, I guarantee you do believe in cancel culture, especially when it's something that you don't actually like. I hate cancel culture. I hate it. But I do believe in consequences. He has his coming. No one's saying don't listen to. Okay, this is broken up, but I'm going to say what I think she means. No one's saying don't listen to R. Kelly, but not sure how anyone can, knowing he prefers little girls, and that's what half his songs are about. Personal experience with R. Kelly is very limited. I don't really listen to his kind of music, really. And the last thing I heard of his was probably I Believe I Can Fly. I have heard about the allegations against him, and I do think he was convicted after a very long time. There was a huge time when nothing was done, despite there being a lot of evidence. I'm not sure exactly why that is. Probably something to do with court proceedings. I'm not sure, but yeah, he was. There was evidence. There was a video of him, so you know he's guilty. He's proven guilty because there is video of him doing the thing he's accused of. So yeah, he's guilty. But will I still listen to I Believe I Can Fly without feeling bad about it? Yeah, I will. I mean, it's a good enough song. The part about his song, half his songs are about him liking little girls. I don't know if that's true, because I don't listen to his music enough. But we could always find out that out, I suppose. Maybe a future video. Maybe. Anyway, apart from that, it allows them to keep doing their. I don't think that's true. In a way it does, because I think what she's saying is you financially support them, so it gives them money, gives them more power. Maybe that bit could be seen as true, but no. Once the accusation's out there, whether it's true or not, especially if it's true, but even if it's not, people are gonna think of you with that in mind the whole time. So I don't think they get away with it completely. Yeah. Anyway, here's my response. It's probably going to cover some of the things I just said, actually. As far as R. Kelly goes, I thought he was arrested after a long time. I don't really know any of his music, but I wouldn't really think less of anyone who did, unless the songs are, like you say, sometimes about young girls. You can't say for sure this woman in this case isn't lying. There have been cases when women have lied on purpose in order to ruin someone's life and have been caught. They are suspected as rapists themselves, and it's because of people like them we need enough evidence. I'm sure there are Manson fans saying shit about Esme Bianco, but just for what she said, I'm not. I wait to be presented with more facts, whereas you just seem happy to jump to the conclusion that he's a man, so he's guilty. Maybe that was me being a bit harsher, but that is literally how I felt at this point. Especially with all those, I'm pretty sure made up statistics she was throwing me. Anyway, here we come to the last bit. And as for your last about me not wanting to hear back from you after I commented, that wasn't it. I was just surprised by how childish your initial reply was. Now, me saying that word childish, I think, is what made me want to end this. So, I mean, I kind of did too. I think this was going on. It was back and forth for a while. They are quite long replies. She replies again. I believe this is the last reply. Thank God for that. R. Kelly has a video of him peeing on people. Okay. And he wasn't arrested fully until recently. That's what I thought. You should watch the Series K Lifetime to understand the whole thing. Everyone passed it up in the name of art, knowing he was molesting kids. You say everyone? I'm gonna guess you mean like his crew or his team, his whatever, you know, his whatever you call them. I don't think everyone was doing it. I mean, that's pretty fucked up if they were. I mean, I wasn't doing it, and I'm pretty sure you weren't doing it, so who is this everyone? I don't know. Anyway, here comes the juicy bit. And your ideas and opinions on rape and assault is very misinformed, and from a heteronormative male perspective, which I refuse to get into. Wait, let's look up this word, because this is a new one for me. Sorry. Hetero... I'm guessing she means I can't understand because I'm a straight man. Bullshit. Bullshit. Oh no, okay, that's it. Heteronormativity is the belief that heterosexuality is the default, preferred, or normal mode of sexual orientation. So she is using that as a derogative, basically. She's using it to insult me, which I'm not really insulted by it. However, I think you shouldn't jump to conclusions that that A, I'm completely straight male who can't see any other opinions, and also that I have no opinions or ideas on rape or assault. I have had some pretty messed up partners in the past, okay? I am not saying I have been raped, but on the other hand, I have suffered abuse from them, and they were women, okay? Not just men. I'm not going to go into too many details about this, but basically, my personal experience has been one partner, an ex-partner, I'm not going to go into names again, would hit me. They would literally hit me in the face, hit me in the privates, and they would taunt me and say that they knew I wouldn't hit them back because if I did, they would be believed. They could hit me all they want, and the second I retaliated or defended myself, they could say I was being abusive and they would be believed. That is what they said to me, and that is what I believed at the time. It took me a long time to realise this was bullshit and I shouldn't have put up with it. And then I have friends, 2 friends at least, that one male, one female, who have also been basically abused, and I mean sexually abused at this point. Again, not going to say names. However, it just points out that your opinion of me, I have these opinions that are misinformed and only from my point of view. No, I have them from a life point of view. I have been a victim of at least physical abuse and mental abuse. A lot of my mental health issues I suffer with to this day are a cause from from these relationships I had earlier in my life. As my friends, I've seen them physically abused, I've seen them sexually abused by their partners, and yeah, so I think I have a right to have an opinion. And now I'm going to get to my last point. One of my exes pressured me into basically having sex with them, basically in a way to get back at their parent. I'm not going to say how old we were, but at the time we were pretty young, okay? I was pressured by them into having sex. The man in this situation, me, was pressured by the female into having sex just as a way to get back at her parent, okay? That is what it was for. She admitted this to me. However, what I didn't know was, after the deed was done, she basically made sure her mother found out, okay? And when her mother found out, who do you think she blamed? Me. I got the blame. I got the blame. And guess what? She reported me to the police, saying I raped her daughter. Well, I hadn't. Luckily for me, the gap in the age and the fact there was no evidence and the fact that she refused to say it either way because she knew she'd gone way too far at this point, I luckily didn't have to go through much proceedings to get it, basically, that I wasn't lying. However, that situation fucked me up so much more than you can fucking imagine. So do not tell me I have no idea or opinion that doesn't matter on this subject, because I do, okay? I don't care what you think of me at this point. I don't care, you know, what your opinion is, what mine is, where they differ. I have my own opinions and they are valid, just as valid as yours. So do not tell me they aren't. Sorry about that. Anyway, here's the last bit. Like I said, because I said her first one was childish, that's where she had enough, I think, of me at this point. So here we go. The only childish person is you. Your comment was extremely immature and misinformed. Don't comment if you can't take the heat. I don't give a fuck what you intend to keep doing, as I'm going to waste my time trying to change your mind and beg you to rethink it. LMAO. Don't say it, just keep doing it. Enough time has been wasted, and with that said, this is the end. Thanks for nothing. Come on along, post all you want, you'll be talking to yourself. So apparently I'm the childish person, because my comment was extremely immature and misinformed. I think she was immature because I replied basically saying I'm the person that she said to fuck off. That was me trying to see my point of view, but oh well. Don't call me, you can't take the heat. I can take the heat. It's the fact that you can't take the heat when someone has a different opinion and doesn't want to back down. I didn't back down on my opinion, so you didn't like it, basically. I don't give a fuck what you intend to keep doing. That's fair enough. I don't give a fuck what you're doing now or what you intend to keep doing. Because I'm going to waste my time trying to change your mind. I don't want you to waste your time trying to change your mind. I will not change my mind on this opinion because it's made up. And I seem to feel like you won't either. But you shouldn't be having a debate with people in the hope to change their minds. You should be just having a debate to have a back and forth of different opinions. That's what the point is, not to change people's minds. We're not freaking religious zealots here. Beg you to rethink it, LMAO. I'm the childish one and you're using LMAO. You sound like a wannabe teenager who's just... This person's older than me, I believe. Don't fully know, but they doesn't that sound immature? Oh well. What, beg me to rethink? I don't want you to beg me to rethink. You're using words again that just aren't. That I've not given you any indication that that's what I want. So whatever. Enough time's been wasted, and with that said, there's the end. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for nothing. What did you expect me to give you for that? I gave you a discussion. You took it way too personally and thought that my opinions were invalid when they are valid, very valid. Yeah, they are mine, but I'm saying they're valid. Come along, post what you want. You're talking to yourself. I think that was her way of saying, like, I've won now, so if you reply, I've just won because I told you not to bother. I did reply again. Yeah, I quite like my reply. No, it's fine. I've already got enough material. Have a good day. Because I knew, just from her first post, that I wanted to discuss this subject in a video. I wasn't planning to originally to include all this back and forth, but I think it's good to show the vast difference of opinion here on each side of it. So that's why I've done this. Again, covered all names and stuff, so this person's safe from anyone who doesn't like their opinion. As a little bonus, before we end up, here is some comments from a friend of mine who was viewing this back and forth between me and this person and putting their perspective on it. Again, they are very unbiased, I will say. You're saying that it's my friend, so they're going to side with me. That is not the case. They are very in the middle. They've called me out on my opinions before, and they would if they didn't believe it. So just to bring up a few things, I'm not going to give this person's name either. But the main point I wanted to bring up was when was a reply to when she said about the women aren't proven, ever proven, the percentage she gave. Let's look at 99% of the time they get off, never proven. Now this can be read two ways. One, she understands the judicial system is heavily flawed but fails to understand that someone in the public eye can absolutely be made an example of because they are in the public eye. Two, never proven being the key words here. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. This is a recent thing, so I think a lot of people will know this. She absolutely beat the shit out of him. She was a domestic abuser out to tarnish his name, and he only ever fought back once when he thought she was going to kill him. Look how badly the media jumped on him and how much of his career has been affected due to her allegations. It's been proven that she is an abuser. He's been proven not to be an abuser. So yeah. And I like this one. Okay, speed through this one because this is quite a long reply. But I mean, I've read the article. This is referring to the one about Marilyn Manson this time. So yeah, there you go. I mean, I've read the article and it's quite damning regarding links to previous partners, etc. Who, even though they've come out about it recently, they haven't gone to court? Question mark. I don't think they have. So if it were to come out and he'd be true, then yes, this is bad and he's a bad man. But until then, you can't make sweeping statements about someone unless the courts have proved to be true. That was my point exactly. And I will admit the evidence is quite damning, or lack of evidence. The allegations are damning, and the fact there is so many of them coming out separately but corroborating each other, that is a very big thing against him. Again, he needs to go to court though. I get it, women are afraid to come forward, etc., and the crimes committed against women are horrific, but you can't jump on a bandwagon until evidence has proven it true. Like the Depp v. Heard case. With that, everyone was so shocked Johnny would hit a woman, but turns to be she was hitting him. There we go. That's kind of my point. I wholeheartedly agree that women and men who have been victims of any form of assault do absolutely need to come forward and do so with the confidence they will be taken seriously. And they should be treated seriously. Yes, they should, and I'm not saying they shouldn't. If you have been abused, you should come forward. You should be taken seriously. I'm not saying you should be believed on the spot, but you should be taken seriously. You should be taken. Everything you should say should be taken and looked into. That's what I'm saying. Do not disbelieve someone, but then again, do not believe them either. Have a very middle ground perspective of both sides before you make your mind up, is what I'm saying. And even if you make your mind up, it doesn't matter. It comes down to legally, basically. And she ends off her comment here with my favourite part. But I fear that's not what this basic woman's true argument is. Yeah, so sorry this was a very long and ranty video, but it did kind of it did mean a lot to me to make this and get this out. I'm not trying to say this person is completely wrong in everything they're saying. Like, I do think there needs to be middle ground, but you can't jump to conclusions to people just because you've read that someone said something against them. In this case, there have been a few people saying against him, but still, it's not proven true. You cannot condemn someone if they haven't been proven to. And I think actually the more personal thing to me was the whole art v artist thing. You can like any piece of art, no matter what the person who created it is doing. There are so many cases of horrific things being done by artists or creators that if we were really taking it seriously and not liking things that were made by people like that, there wouldn't be much we could enjoy today, to be honest. For multiple reasons, like the ones I brought up, and also the whole J.K. Rowling part where she said things against trans people, which have caused a lot of problems in those communities. A lot of people now have chosen to boycott her products. I'm not going to agree with things she said. I think it's anything she said at this point. I don't think she's done anything, as far as I know. And I think some things are taken a bit too seriously. But yeah, I will not be boycotting her products either. I will see the last Fantastic Beasts film comes out. I will play the whole What's Game comes out. It looks pretty good, if you ask me. I will continue to listen to Marilyn Manson. I will watch the Jeepers Creepers films. I will do all this because I can separate out from it. If you can't, that is your issue, and I'm not saying you're wrong if you don't. If you do that. If you want to boycott J.K. Rowling's products because of what she says against the group you relate to, that's fine. If you don't want to watch Jeepers Creepers because you don't want to support, or support is a weird word to me, but if you don't want to support the guy who was accused of such horrific things done to children, that's fine too. If you don't want to listen to Marilyn Manson anymore, he's not been proven yet, so maybe wait a little bit longer. Thank you all for watching. This has been a very different video to what I usually do. I'm on camera for a start. Sorry if things got a bit serious at one point, but yeah. I'll end up by saying comment below your opinion on the matter, but please treat both sides with respect. Me and this person I've made sure remain nameless. They are entitled to their own opinion. I've never said they're not. I just think their opinion, ironically, in this is misinformed. I'm RyzorGick. This has been Review or Die, and hope you see you next time, guys. Bye.